Yo, what is up, team? Going on the new year, 2026. One of the first calls that we had now with the presentation going over the path to becoming unstoppable. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Um, because obviously this year we want to level up, take it to another level. So the goal is to obviously transform your mindset, eliminate what holds you back, and build the discipline that creates lasting elite performance. All right. Because the biggest thing is like the goal is to is to become great, but not go back to the old version of ourselves. Right. Because it's very easy to go back to what's comfortable. It's very easy to go back to the vices. It's very easy to just give up when things get hard. But as a person that wants to become fucking great in this world, you don't stop when things get hard. You keep pushing forward because life's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this whole call is about. So, dude, my headphones acting weird. Hold on. Mm, All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, so you don't rise to your goals, you fall into your identity. That's like the biggest thing is like becoming a new version of you, right? An average mindset is, oh, I'll try. I'm motivated when it's convenient, falls off when life gets hard, seeks comfort. That's honestly having like a bitch mindset, right? Having an elite mindset is like, this is who I am. This is the shit that I get that I gotta get done. Executes regardless of emotion, whether you're sad, whether you're angry, whether your fucking girl's bitching at you, you execute no matter what, adapts and doesn't collapse, and seeking growth over comfort. This is like the biggest thing. Like this is something that I had to learn, especially from coming from a very toxic household, even coming from a family that didn't come from a lot. Like these are things that I saw in family members and even friends that are around me because you are who you hang out with, right? So like these are the mindsets that I saw. Like whenever I wanted to start my business, they would say, "Oh, it's too hard to do." Constantly making excuses, oh, this and that, especially even with my fitness journey. I used to have this mindset of like I would give up when I didn't see results in 2 weeks. I would fucking quit on myself. Oh, I didn't see abs in 6 weeks of working out. Boom, I would quit like a bitch. And I constantly was like living in the cycle of like quitting, going, quitting, going. And then one day I just woke up. I'm like, bro, I'm tired of feeling this way. And I wanted to just become a new version of myself. And at 19 years old is when I had an awakening of like, yo, I gotta wake the fuck up. No one's coming to save me. No one's gonna come pay my bills. No one's gonna come give me my dream physique. No one's coming to do shit for me but me. And that's the honest truth. And it's the same thing as men can relate to. At the end of the day, like a lot of you guys have, your wives, you got your kids. You got to be the one to go save them. No one's coming to save you. No one is coming to save them, but you. As a man and as a leader, you got to step into your power, becoming the best version of yourself in all areas of your life. Because at the end of the day, no one's coming to save your ass. And then you got to step into that new version of yourself that no matter what, no matter how hard life is, no matter how what life's throwing at you, it's like you gotta have that dog in you, like keep pushing forward, keep fighting, keep pushing. And every day is like a new day to become the best version of yourself. Every day is a new opportunity to unlock a new version of you because it's so hard, it's so easy to give up. It's so easy to like, oh fuck, this is hard. I'm just gonna give up today. I'm gonna be down on myself. But if you could just like learn to just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck how hard it is, how life is. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep pushing forward. And like you gotta see the vision for the future. You have to see where you're gonna be in the next 6 months. See how your life's gonna shift in the next 3 months. The bill behind on your bills, you gotta take care of your girl. But like, listen, babe, I got this shit. I'm a fucking G. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure this shit out. We're gonna make it. You're gonna make that shit happen. That's being a top dog. That's being a fucking G's. When you can figure that shit out, even if you don't know how to, it's like you can show that you just don't give up. And every day, attack, attack, attack. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's not easy. Life is extremely hard. And as guys, we know life is very, very hard at being a guy, right? But this is where we have to step into a new identity, a new version of ourselves, right? And setting the standard. So that being said, is like killing the vices, right? This is like a big thing. And I even struggle with this myself. I talk about this even on my story that sometimes, when life gets a little hard, it's very easy to go back to the vices. Some of my vices were like, getting with like, girls all the time, going to the clubs because it's easy, it's fun. It's easy for me to go get chicks. But it doing the hard shit when you can destroy the vices, stop going to the club, stop giving a fuck about females, and focus on your purpose, focus on your craft. Doing that hard stuff and destroying the vices is what takes you to that next level, right? Because the vices are holding you back, right? The overeating, the emotional eating, skipping workouts, alcohol every weekend, the porn addictions, the dopamine addiction that you get from watching these disgusting things. And as men, we all, or I wouldn't say all, but maybe a lot of us have an issue with an addiction to porn. I know I did, and I still kind of struggle with it to this day, right? And I just me being real as fuck with you guys. But the goal is, every day when I have like that thought of like, oh, let me watch this stupid shit, I tell myself, oh no, I can't, and and it's one of the hardest things to destroy. But if you can learn to destroy these vices on a daily basis and becoming a new version of yourself, yo, you're gonna become a different person in like 6 months, 3 months, even in 30 days, right? There's a study that if you take it takes you 21 days to build new habits, right? And if you can destroy those habits, it's even easier to build new habits when you can learn to destroy them, right? And also negative self-talk. This is one's huge. This is why I tell you guys to believe in yourself. And like I even preach this on social media. It's like you got to believe you are him. You got to believe you are that guy. Because if you're gonna constantly talk negatively about yourself, you're gonna have negative shit hitting your life. And I'll use a perfect example. I always say this, and people think it's a cocky thing to say, but it's not. It's just speaking it into existence. I always say on social media, Jack's hand, rich and rare. By all means, I'm not rich, right? I'm going towards the path of success, but I'm not rich. I don't have millions. I haven't retired my mom, but I say it because I believe in it, right? I'm already a rich. I already have richness in my life. I'm just waiting for time to catch up. And this goes for all of us. So when you tell yourself something, you got to believe in that vision. And that's something that my mentor used to teach me. He used to tell me, yo, Alejandro, you got to believe, because, I used to have a lot of self-doubt growing up. I used to have a lot of negative thoughts like, oh, I'm not good enough, or, oh man, I don't know if I can be like these guys. I don't know if I can make 100,000 a month. I don't know if I can make $10,000 a month. I don't know if I can, step on stage and fucking compete with these guys. That was my mindset, right? I was very what is the word? Not insecure. I was damn, there's a certain word for what I'm trying to say. I just had a lot of self-doubt. That's pretty much. And my mentor used to drill into my brain is like every day you wake up, you gotta tell yourself, I'm the fucking man. I'm the fucking G. You gotta believe it because there's only one you. There's only one Alejandro. There's only one Jarvis. There's only one Esteban. So you gotta believe you're that fucking guy. Even if you seem cringy, even if you seem like, oh, this guy has an ego, fuck him. Because the real knows the real. And the weak are going to be the ones to judge. So the negative self-talk is what holds people back. And the envy, that's where envy comes in, right? People that don't believe in themselves and they have this self-doubt, they see success and they envy it instead of using that as motivation to propel themselves even further. Right? Hanging around undisciplined people is what holds people back. That's a huge vice. Hanging out with losers. This is why I had to cut my complete friend group because the friends that I was hanging out with weren't on the same path of success that I wanted to go towards. They were constantly buying bottles, constantly at sections. And I started hanging out with that crowd and I started noticing I was spending more money on girls that don't even give a fuck about me. Spending money on tables, blowing money that you can't get back on stupid vices. And what did I do? It led to self-destruction over a period of time. And that's why I try to preach to you guys to like learn to destroy the vices and whatever vice you may have. Every week, work on that vice. And it's hard. It's extremely hard because they're habits that are engraved into our brain that's easy, whether that's alcohol, whether that's being lazy and skipping your workouts. It's very easy to be lazy. But if you can learn to just propel yourself every day and say, you know what, fuck it, every day I'm going to work hard. Look at it as a daily task of your having non-negotiables. That's what's going to take you to that next level, right? So the truth is, vices are not relief; they're anchors to your life. They're chains truly holding you back from the success that you want out of your life, whether that's in business, in life, with your job, with anything, right? That's like you trying to get a promotion and your boss is telling you, ah man, this is what you need to work on. And he's seeing your potential, but he's like, bro, this is what you need to do. But you keep making the same fucking mistakes. And it's like the reason why you haven't gotten that raise. It's the reason why you haven't got that promotion. And it's your boss telling you, yo, if you just destroy these things that you're doing at work and stop fucking around and stop hanging out with the loser guys at your job, right? Or hanging out with the guy, then that's when you can get the promotion. He's gonna see that, oh, this is a high level individual. He takes his job serious. We're gonna fucking promote you. Boom, extra 100,000 to your salary, or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? It's just an example, right? So ask yourself, right? What are you holding on to that's keeping you from leveling up? And when I ask myself that, that's like woman, because I just love girls and clubbing. That was like a huge thing. And it used to be drinking. I don't really I dislike drinking, but I used to like it because it was fun and hanging out with guys. Like I'm a young dude, 25 years old, fucking living in one of the most vices cities in the fucking country, right? But I have to learn to step away from that. And to be honest with you, I don't really go to the clubs like that, but I was starting to, I started seeing a little bit more money coming in, and I started to enjoy myself a little bit more and going towards those vices. And then I had an awakening this past month of like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? This is not who Alejandro needs to be. Alejandro, the right version of Alejandro is this, not the vices. And that's why I tell you that it's very easy to fall into the vices. And the goal is to know and realize and keep yourself accountable of knowing, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong, and actually take action. Don't just realize that this is what I'm doing wrong and keep going down the same path. Because you know what I'm saying? Because then that's stupidity. And that's what I had to realize that, yo, I can't keep going down this path. If I would have kept going down this path of like hanging out with the guys here, doing this, going to this club, or hanging out with these girls, blah, 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 that's just me being fucking retarded. You know? So that's where you have to have that strong mindset of like, nah, I fucked up, take accountability. This is what I did. Boom. Next day, move on, be better. And every day work on becoming a better version of you. So the next thing is no more excuses, right? Excuses sounds logical, but they are just permissions to stay average, right? The common excuses are I'm tired, work was busy, I'll start Monday, I felt lost, so I'll restart next month. What the fuck? The mindset is that? And the elite response is I'm tired, I'm gonna train anyways. I'm busy, I'm gonna make the time. Everybody has the time to do some shit. Everybody has time. We just make excuses. I hate when somebody tells me, "Oh, well, it was work." Motherfucker, if you wanted it that bad, you would do it. You know how I know? Because when I'm super busy and I used to, and as a guy and a girl wants to hang out with you, you drop everything to go hang out with that girl. And that's the honest truth. We've all done something stupid like that where we make an excuse for something we really want to do, right? Right or wrong?
Yep.
So we all
Yep.
have time. We all have the time. You have to just have that discipline to say, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. I fell off. Boom, I'm going to fix it today. I had fucking McDonald's and I was a fat fuck. Boom, tonight I'm going to eat better. Don't just keep going down the vice of like, oh, I had the cookie, so I'll just start next week or next month. No, real. Oh fuck, I fucked up. I shouldn't have ate that. Boom, I'm gonna do some extra cardio tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start fresh. That's the mindset. That's how you become like a better version of yourself. Realize what you did wrong and keep pushing forward, right? And then moving on is the non-negotiables. This is where a lot of you guys need to have, including myself. There's the non-negotiables, right? Your non-negotiables equals your floor, right? No matter what, you hit your protein target. Whatever, these are just examples that I put here for you guys. But there could be things in your life, whether that's like if you have kids, all right, a non-negotiable, I'm gonna take my kids out this weekend to do something fun to the park. Oh, I have a girl and I've been slacking as a boyfriend or a husband, and I haven't been giving my wife so much attention. A non-negotiable is every Friday I'm gonna take her on a nice date so we can keep that spark alive. As a man, if I'm fucking up in my routine, I'm gonna, even though I'm working hella busy hours, I'm gonna make it a non-negotiable to go to the gym 3 times this week. Even if I can't go every day, fuck it, I'm gonna get at least 3 times no matter what, and get my 10,000 steps. Those are things that you can do in your life as non-negotiables that'll better your life, right? Advice. Oh, I'm fucking up in life, or whatever the case is. I'm fucking up in this avenue. I'm gonna make it a non-negotiable to not do this thing, right? No binging on the weekends, no disappearing, sleeping 7 hours a day, training 4 to 5 times a week, getting your steps in. These are just little things. Non-negotiables are things in your life that are no matter what happens, you get them done no matter what, but before the end of the day. And you're gonna notice that as you do this over a period of time, that is gonna be your new norm. That if you don't do it, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I'm fucking up. Right now, if you don't have non-negotiables and you're fucking up in things in your life, if you add these non-negotiables in your life, you're gonna notice truthfully, and within 30 days, if you miss one of those non-negotiables, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, why did I do that? I should have done that. And you're gonna have like this sense of guilt. And those non-negotiables will help you take you to that next level and helps you build a better, more fulfilled life is doing things no matter what the situation is. You know what I mean? And these create stability in your life, right? So when life hits, you don't fall back to zero, you stay on the floor, right? You stay on the leveling grounds that you built for yourself. That no matter how hard life hits you, you have your non-negotiables that keep you pushing forward. Even if you don't see the results right away, they're propelling you for a better version of yourself each and every day. So that from within a year from now, you can look back and be like, damn, I went through all of that and I'm still rise on top. You know why? Because I had my non-negotiables. I still got shit done. But imagine you look back a year from now and you look back and like, damn, I didn't do this, because I had a weak mindset and I fell off and I cowered away and I was fucking laying in bed depressed all day. Fuck that. We have no time to fucking waste. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to have regrets in your life. You don't want to look back at the end of 2026 and be like, damn, I could have done this better, or I could have done this. Because regret is the worst thing you can have in life, is regret. So we gotta have our non-negotiables set in place. And you should ask yourself then, okay, what can it be? What could be my non-negotiables? And go from there. All right, we'll get to the next one. And then the elite growth model, right? Most people, and I talked about this on my story yesterday, was, and this is something that I used to do, and then my mentor made it seem, he painted it perfectly for me. Because I used to be this guy in business, in my coaching business, where I would do well in life, something would happen, and then I would fall back down, and it would be so hard to get back up. And I was constantly living in this roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. And I don't have him anymore, but I had him for like a good 2, 3 years of my life. And so he knows me very well. And I was like on the verge of like tearing up because I was going through some shit. And I was just like, man, this is what I'm going through. And he was straight up with me and he said, Alejandro, he was kept it blunt. He's like, you need to wake the fuck up. I've known you since you were 21 years old and you have the same fucking problem. Every time you do good in life, you get comfortable and complacent and you fall back down. And then you join the coaching call again when you're fucking up and you ask for help. And it's this constant roller coaster. And when he told me like that, I was like, damn, like, the truth hurts, no one, the truth always gonna hurt. But I needed to hear that. And he gave me this example of you need to be able to have your moments in life where you go up and you're attacking, attacking, attacking. And then if you feel burnt out, if you feel like something's going on in your life or whatever the case may be, you have that floor that you build from going up with your non-negotiables and you stay on that playing field, even if it's for a month. The goal is to stay at that level that you've reached to, not go back down, because there's no growth in that aspect. Because you're gonna continuously go up and down, up and down, up and down. The goal is to go up and stay there for a little bit. And then once you're ready to attack again and you have a clear mind, boom, attack again. So then that way you're continuously going up the stairs rather than going up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs. Because going up the stairs is hard as fuck. And then going down the stairs is very, very, very easy. Same thing in business. Once your momentum, it's very well to start doing good. But once you hit rock bottom, it's very hard to get back up. That's why a lot of businesses fail because, for example, a couple years ago, I went and I talk to you guys all about this all the time. I went broke as fuck, and it was very hard to go from being broke to starting to make money again. Because it fucks with your mentee, it fucks with your psyche. But if you can learn to just stay where you're at from where you got to with your non-negotiables in place, that's what's going to help you take you to that next level. And having those non-negotiables in place. And my mentor used to tell me, he's like, bro, you gotta be about 5 in the morning, no matter what. No matter how life hard gets, you fucking wake up at 5 every day. You still get your workouts in. And as a coach, I have to present myself obviously through social media. And my issue was whenever I would have these moments in life where it would get hard, I would get chubby. I would binge eat and I would just say, fuck it. I start eating cookies and doing bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I shit a lot on the cookies because that's my vice. I know what it feels like to be a fat ass. I'm a fat ass at heart, you know? So my mentor would be like, bro, no matter what, you don't fucking binge eat. You don't do the bullshit vices. You stay in shape so that when you're ready to get back online, you're ready to fucking promote your business, you're still in shape, you still look good, you have your non-negotiables, and you have this clear mindset of like, I'm gonna fucking attack, 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 attack. But imagine I get to a certain point, I feel like shit, I get fat, and then when I'm ready to attack again, I feel out of shape, I'm not confident, I don't look good, I'm not confident to speak on camera, and now I'm back to zero again. And then I have to get in shape again just to be able to look good on camera. And during that period of trying to get in shape again, I'm making $0. Does that make sense? So it's the same thing that you probably do in your own personal life of where you constantly are going up and down, up and down, up and down. But if you can learn to just go up, have your non-negotiables, stay in that playing field, and when you're ready to attack again, you keep pushing forward. And the goal is, I think this is like the last slide, is oh wait. The goal is to level up, locking in as your new normal, attack again, never go back to your old habits, right? Growth isn't emotional, it's strategic, right? The path to becoming unstoppable is decide who you're going to become, remove the habits that contradict that identity. Ask yourself, what is the level that you want to be at? This is another thing that my mentor asked me. What is 50,000 a month Alejandro doing? That's like, we're just talking business wise. Or what is shredded Alejandro doing in the future? That's what they used to ask me. Like they would ask me these questions so that I can think. And this is for you guys to think yourself. think to yourself, what is this version of Esteban doing at this level? And tell yourself, is he doing these vices? Is he still going to the clubs? Is he still doing these things? Whatever the case may be. Ask yourself, and what are your habits? What is it that you're doing at that level? And the goal is to not wait to get to that level to do those things. The goal is to act as if you're that version of yourself right now to get to that level even faster. So when I answered my mentor, okay, if I was making 50,000 a month, this is what I would be doing then. And he told me, so why aren't you doing that now? Why are you waiting to become that version of yourself? Become that version now. And it hit me. I'm like, oh shit, you're right. Why the fuck am I waiting to become that person? Just become that person now. Even if I'm not making 50 G's a month, become that person now. Have the habits in place now so that it makes it 20 times easier to get to that goal that you have in place. Right. And then the third thing is setting your non-negotiables, execute daily, stay in your lane. And then the sixth thing is attack again when stable. So if you want elite results, you must live by elite standards because comfort is expensive and discipline equals freedom. And that is today's coaching call. Boom.
Fucking fire.
That was good.
Fucking fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad.